What is up? What is up? What is up, people? This is Abraham Walker, and this is another episode of what we did in Chicago. This is day 3, fellas, right? Day 3 of our experience. It was a day chock full of activities. Everybody's a little tired, as you can see from our eyes. We've been walking around a lot, so let's get into our first part of the trip, which was the our drive to the aquarium. I gotta admit, this drive in, so we're staying downtown Chicago at the Homewood Suites. Gotcha. So Homewood Suites and the downtown location, and it's so conveniently located. We can walk to a lot of the major attractions, and so this video right here is of us driving to the museum, and we had a great Uber driver experience. Great Uber driver experience. Our Uber driver not only provided us with some restaurant recommendations. She was an Indian woman. She also provided us with a recipe for butter chicken, right, which we are excited to try potentially in the future. I'm not really somebody who likes or eats Indian food, so so I can't say that I will have that, but it was nice of her to share her recipe with us and also kind of communicate with us about what was going on in the city. She also gave us another tip too. She told us about the fireworks at the Navy Pier Saturdays at 9 p.m. and
Wednesdays. I don't know what time it is on Wednesdays.
I think it's at 9 p.m. on Wednesdays as well. So
maybe.
On the Navy Pier. That's why she said it was already over yesterday. So we're looking forward to we're going to add that fireworks display on our list of things to do.
Also, she told us about tomorrow. She said tomorrow there's gonna be all the restaurants come together for the Taste of Chicago.
Taste of Chicago.
So that will be pretty interesting.
He leaned over to them. Oh, give it to him. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were still holding it.
So I feel like that will be interesting because we'll be able to try lots of different things from all over Chicago, all brought into one small area.
That's true. We were actually trying to plan this trip around not going to Taste of Chicago because I thought that the hotels it would be hard to get a hotel room around this time of the year, and it really wasn't. We got reasonable room rates for our hotel. I think we're paying like $250 a night for a king size suite that's in a separate room, and then another room with a sofa sleeper for the boys. Mm-hmm. So this is the drive-in. It's a beautiful drive-in. I love this drive-in because you have some water in the background from the Lake Michigan, or one of the lakes in Michigan, one of the Great Lakes, and then you have the towers. It's a cool little setup. Mm-hmm. So that was a drive-in. Super nice. And then we go to our first attraction of the day, which is the aquarium, right? And so this is the Shed Aquarium in the I think it's called the Museum District. Now, with the Shed Aquarium, we got this all on the City Pass, right? So we paid about $435 for the City Pass for admittance to 5 attractions over 9 days, right? So you have to accomplish everything over 9 days. And the Shed Aquarium, the Field Museum, and there was one other place that was mandatory for you to go. Oh, no, I don't think it was. I think it was the Museum of Science and Industry. So
That was one of their add-ons.
it doesn't matter. All right, I think that this is a great little package deal first of all, it forces you to go to the major attractions in the city at a discounted rate. So we paid $4.35. I'm not quite sure. I'll have to calculate that on tomorrow for you all, like how much we actually saved by using this program. But we like it. We've already been to three of the places, three of the exhibits already. So at the aquarium, we went to a couple exhibits, like I'm showing right here on the video, and then we also watched a video. What was the video of?
The movie?
Yeah, the movie.
The movie was about
The sharks. Yeah.
Shark.
So we watched some type of shark movie. It was a pretty interesting movie.
Do you want to explain? Can we explain some of it?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's explain some of it.
So one of the sharks sucks this big fish out of reefs.
Yes.
And it's like as flat as like a stingray kind of thing.
Gotcha.
One of the ones is a shark that can breathe on land for like 60 times longer than humans.
Yes, that's right.
And with
Or hold his breath 60
Hold its
times.
breath.
Yes.
And it can walk on land with its fins.
Gotcha.
So that was one of, if not my favorite shark. I think that's what my dad and I said was our favorite one. I think.
Yes. And so the movie was really about, this video, which was about 30 minutes long. It was a 4D movie where they kind of sprayed you with water on some occasions. It was also 3D. They had bubbles as well. And it just went through the different types of sharks there are in the world, essentially, right? Let's see. I think is this another one? No, this is not. All right. So I thought it was a cool exhibit, cool video. I learned a lot about sharks that I didn't know. And then we also went to the dolphin, or some type of water show or something like that.
It was like a dolphin type show.
It was like a whiteback or white-bellied dolphin is native to the Great Lakes. Some kind of water show.
Okay, yeah. So they were doing different tricks in the water, like flipping. Not flip. Well, I guess they did. Some of the dolphins they do flips, and they also gave us it was a bit more educational than I was anticipating from the
Commentator lady?
Yes, from the lady who was the MC. The
MC, that's about it.
yes,
The main character?
not the main character. What is the MC?
Microphone.
I don't know what MC stands for, but
Me neither. I know it says
what the commentator, the main commentator, is that what MC stands for?
Yeah, no, probably main commentator.
Maybe so.
Because some people do it in like songs, like Mariah Carey's song.
What
MC.
is MC?
Like a C, the commentator.
What is MC? MC miscarriage? No, that's not it. What is MC? Master of ceremonies. Excellent. Okay, good. That's much better. All right, master
of ceremonies.
Yes, that's the right. Yes, that's what people call the MC, like the master of ceremony, or someone who acts as a host for an event, especially by introducing speakers and performers at a party or broadcast. Yeah, that's what the person did. So there was that show. That show was super short. Like it was maybe 15 minutes. I was surprised by how quickly it was over, right? Because it's a big stadium. A lot of people sit down, and then 15 minutes later, you're up from there, right? So a lot of it built up anticipation, but just dolphins doing dolphin things.
One of the things we learned about from the MC is that dolphins can jump almost 20 feet into the air, and the max a human can jump maybe 6 or 8 feet. Yeah, 8 feet.
Yep.
So
that was a nice little interesting fact. And then we finished up at the aquarium with the petting the stingrays, right?
yes, sir. Also during the dolphin thing, in the back you could see, I don't know what river it was,
Right.
but you could see the Great Lake, and also right behind the glass mirror kind of thing, ginormous mirror.
Yes.
You can see a bunch of people biking. So
There was
there's like
bike
a
trail.
bike lane. And I just kept on saying bikers, and I was so confused.
Yeah. Did you want to talk about the stingrays,
Me?
Abraham?
The stingrays, when you pet them, this is like a noticed thing. A couple of them might try flapping their little fin things upwards, so don't get scared. I got jump scared pretty bad because I thought they were gonna sting me, but only like the stomach can sting you. And I only saw one stingray like flip up into the air, so it seems pretty safe.
Did you enjoy the stingray petting portion?
Yes, it was awesome.
It was awesome. Yes.
They feel like slimy.
It's like slimy with no slime on, like slippery and silky.
Also, I perfected my technique.
Your stingray petting technique?
Grab it.
No, you just put your hand in, they swim towards you, and then you put your hand flat like this, and you just slowly move your hand along it, and then back if it's there for long enough.
Gotcha.
I was scared that the little tail thing was stingy.
It's going to sting you?
Yeah.
I can see why that would be a concern for you.
I didn't know what it was. I was like, oh, that thing's definitely gonna sting me.
Yes. What do you all think? So if anybody's watching these videos in the future, what do you all think about adding these little clips, these little videos of our experiences to this little recap? I think it makes it look a little bit more interesting, right? Kind of gives you a peek into what we were seeing at the time.
Yes.
They won't see our face.
I don't know. I don't think that we should widescreen because I think it would just widescreen this portion of the video on this program, right? All right. So the next place that we wound up at, in between the aquarium, is a quick walk over to the Field Museum. Now, the Field Museum, the aquarium for us, I got to be honest with you, right? Since we want to be honest, I find the aquarium to be boring. Really, really boring. And, the fish don't really eat anybody. They don't eat anything.
It'd be so interesting if a shark just came into a section that had like 30 fish and just ate them up.
Sit on them.
Yes, but that doesn't happen, right? So I think that for little kids, I saw the little kids were eating this stuff up. They were.
Oh my God, look at the fish. There's another fish.
There's another fish, and then another fish. But after a while, I think for the older kids, you're looking at about 60 minutes of entertainment, and then you're out of there.
I think the only good thing with aquariums should stock up on those weird-looking fish. Like right now on the screen, look at that big, weird-looking fish. The only enjoyment I really got was looking at the fish that were either really, really big or super ugly or weird looking, like the ones that had like the beluga inflated skull,
Yes.
or the weird colored ones and all that. That's where you get the real enjoyment from.
I can see that. I can see that.
True. What's your favorite fish that you saw?
Do you have a favorite fish that you saw?
I saw this like
The turtle.
rainbow.
So
Yeah, let him talk. Let him answer.
there was like a turtle, a dinosaur looking thing. It was ginormous, and it just looked like it could bite your whole arm off if it wanted to.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's not good.
Yeah,
Yes.
It looked like it had fur.
Yes, I remember that one.
It
That
looks
was an
a li-
interesting one.
Also, it kind of looked like it was like 100 years old. Like it looked super old, super scaly.
Gotcha.
Very interesting.
I can see
Very
that.
cool looking.
Now, what about you, Abraham? What was your favorite fish?
Favorite fish there would probably be, there was this silver, yellow, purple, and blue one that like the colors kind of changed with the way that the light reflected off of it.
Right.
That was pretty cool to take a couple pictures of. Although the annoying thing is taking your camera to an aquarium is really annoying because a lot of the good-looking fish are moving really quickly, so you get no good photos of them. So you kind of have to go for the slow-moving ones.
You kind of gotta predict where they're gonna go.
No, it'll still be flashing, so you have to kind of just have to take a whole bunch of videos.
And you can do
But
the
yeah,
you
that
can
was,
do
it was
the photo thing where it takes like 10 photos
Yes, you could.
to really see it.
Okay, so the next place, so we didn't have lunch between the aquarium and the Field Museum because we want to go to our restaurant spot that we're going to talk about in a few minutes. So at the Field Museum, I thought that this place, we were actually thinking about not going to the Field Museum. Like, we looked it up online, but couldn't really find out much information about it. So we were actually contemplating not going at all. So we were pleasantly surprised with the attractions, the exhibits at the Field Museum. I found it. I don't think I would say that this museum is better than the Museum of Science and Industry.
It was very fun. It was definitely very fun and
Look at 6 out of 10.
Inter-
Interesting.
6 out of 10.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Wait, that's his rating. That's his rating.
I mean, I thought we already had an 8.
Not we all. He just said that was a 6 for him.
Oh, no, I mean, we rated it there.
Yes. Wait, son.
Listen.
Yes. Okay. So for Theodore,
It'd be at least an 8. Also, I don't think it could be a 6 because we didn't go to enough of it. In fact, we went to the first exhibit we went to, which was very interesting.
right.
Was the Chinese exhibit.
Oh yes, you really enjoyed that one.
So it had something through 1 through 5 in like a glass chamber, and there was like a touch screen, which at first I didn't realize was even there.
Yes.
I just thought it was a short description under it.
Yes.
But there's like a touchscreen thing, and if you touch it, and it gives you 3 options, and then if you click on them, it gives you like a paragraph worth of information about that one of those 3 things.
Gotcha.
And one of the cool things we saw was there was a katana, there was an axe. What?
You called it a katana. It was a sword.
A sword. A
You
sword.
don't have to make it look fancy. You don't have to. What's up with this guy?
It looked like a rusty katana.
The rusty sword that I could.
Yes.
No details. A katana would have not only held up better than that, but a katana would have. The blade was angled completely wrong for it to be a katana, and also would have had a better handle. Also, the entire thing wouldn't have been rusty if it was a katana. It wasn't a katana. It was just a basic iron sword
Also,
that a basic army guy would use.
Right. I mean, it was so rusty that we don't really know much about the sword, but it was a sword nonetheless, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, continue talking. What else?
what other cool things I saw? I don't know what number was
Gotta talk
I
into
think
it.
it might have been number 2 of the first section. One of the things reads that one of the books looking things is like one of the main attractions in the Field Museum, but it just looked like a book.
Well, yes, I know what you're talking about. In the Chinese exhibit, there was one book that really was
just a
not
book.
impressive.
It didn't.
but
the
it
passages didn't
yes,
even look.
but there's a little footnote that said there was the one of the more important pieces in the collection. Yes,
Maybe it's expensive.
possibly. I think. What did you like about the Field Museum, Abraham?
Asian exhibit.
The Field Museum in general, there was towards the end of the trip, we decided to go to this World of Color exhibit, and that was easily probably the best exhibit we've been to all the time we've been in Chicago these 3 days. And every room is a different color, so it goes in order of the rainbow. And in the area of purple,
Right.
there's this UV light section, and I guess a lot of clothes and materials just so happen to have UV light. I know my shirt was glow in the dark, but I didn't know it was UV light reflective. But like our Theodore's shoelaces and part of his shoe were brightly glowing. My mom's entire tote bag, it's this tote bag from Marc Jacobs. I was saying, like, if you have it. Oops, sorry. But the entire thing was glowing, and then part of that shirt was glowing. So I guess a lot of materials in your clothing are glow in the dark, or not glow in the dark, or UV sensitive. But you just don't know. So it's pretty cool to go into a UV light room.
Right. So he's talking about this color exhibit, which we have a little video about, where it went through several different colors and showed like how those colors show up in the wild. I thought it was a pretty interesting take on colors and making colors relatable to the wild and how you would actually spot colors. Also, I think it gives you a appreciation for noticing the nuances that exist in nature. So not just looking at the type of animal or type of flower or type of plant, but also what about the color? What does the color say about the plant? And also it gives you an opportunity as far as with this exhibit, words to describe what the color means. So I thought that was a neat exhibit. The Field Museum was I think winner in my book. We also did the 3D tour. Yeah, it was a 3D video of some dinosaur that.
Titanosaurus. It was called the Titanosaurus. Yeah.
Titanosaurus. Okay, so some large dinosaur, and that video was pretty long. I felt it was
Lanky.
It's like 20.
It's like the dinosaur. It's like a brachiosaurus, but it's one of the main facts is that it's the biggest mammal or biggest creature. Yeah, I think mammal. Biggest land animal to ever be on the earth.
No, it's the biggest animal to ever walk on.
Which
land.
yes.
so that's what I didn't remember, so I just said land animal because I know I said biggest animal. Dad,
Yes, sir.
can I try a different type of music?
No, sir.
I want to say something. I've changed my
Go ahead.
rating now from a 6 to a 7.5 because I read
We
the
can't do
museum-
sevens.
Wait,
You know we
Let
can't.
me explain.
Let you
The
explain
Museum
that.
of Science and Industry is an 8. It's not the based on the color exhibit. I realize now it's not bad enough to be a 6, not good enough to be 8, but it's a little bit better.
Why do
than
you
a 6.
continue
So
to
I feel like
die?
it's 7.5. But
There's
I'll
rules
say
for
an 8.
exist a reason.
I'll say it's an 8, but the Museum of Science and Industry is 8.5.
How do you even get the 7.5 if we?
Man.
Also,
Yes, goodness
We don't use
gracious.
decimals. You're the
Yes.
only one that uses decimals.
All right. So his rating changed. Thank goodness, I guess, for that. Yeah. So the Field Museum. There was also there was another. I mean, the exhibits were pretty lengthy. Also, I will say this: one of the things I appreciate about the Field Museum that the aquarium. I mean, not the aquarium. The Smithsonian museums, because we're from we live in DC, so we're used to going to Smithsonian museums. The difference, I would say, is that the Smithsonian museums don't provide you as much content about the art, the item or the artifact you're looking at, right? So it's not the same experience. Whereas this museum, I felt like I could just walk through an exhibit and it would have enough information at every display for me to understand what was going on.
One of my favorite exhibits, or not exhibits, like parts of the exhibit. I forgot if it was the color one or the underwater one. It was the one that had the brain stuff.
The underwater, yes, that was the one we looked at almost to the end.
So there were 3 brains of animals.
Yes.
Not real brains, obviously, but one was of a. Or not exhibits, like parts of it.
Excellent.
One of
Great audio.
Great audio. Great. Fantastic.
All right, come on, son.
So there were 3 brains. One was like this big,
Right,
and then one was the size of a human brain. It was a human brain
right.
model. And then another one was, I don't know what animal it is, but it's the largest brain for any animal.
Sperm whale.
Sperm. I was gonna say some type of dinosaur or whale.
What did I want to say? In that exhibit, there are so many things that literally say, "Please touch me."
Yes,
There are like 12 things that are like, "Hey, touch me." This is a replica of what it's supposed to feel like.
yes.
And also,
That was
I thought
encouraging.
pretty
Very
cool.
attractive.
Yes.
Rather than just sitting with your hands behind your back, looking and reading and watching, it's more immersive.
Yes, I would say that's accurate. That's accurate.
It's great.
Okay, so after the Field Museum, I highly recommend that you go to the Field Museum. I think that the City Pass, again, is a great deal great value to get you to experience the major attractions in Chicago for a discounted rate. Who doesn't love saving money? Then we got the pleasure of going to dinner. You know what? Before we go to dinner, let's just talk about the next Uber driver. I don't remember the young man's name, but he was also great. We've been having some really good Uber driver experiences. Wouldn't you agree?
Mm-hmm. I'd say like 2/3 of the Ubers are really good, and the rest like don't talk the entire ride.
Yes.
If they talk a lot and they're good. But if they don't talk at all.
No, we can't say that they're not good just because they don't talk, because their job is to get us from point A to point B.
I mean, personality. I'd say I don't think if they talk, it's good. Because we had one guy who, he talked, but he didn't talk a lot. He probably said like 10 words in total.
Right.
And then like the goodbye when you get out of the car. And then the hello when you enter the car.
Right.
So I'd say if they talk and they talk about the good restaurants, good tourist spots, where to go in Chicago, I'd say that means they're 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 in Uber. 5 stars.
Gotcha. Another thing too I like to do is model for the boys how to talk to strangers, right? Because sometimes it's hard to understand or to conceptualize how to start a conversation, right? Like, how would you do it? What words would you use? What questions would you ask? How to wait for them to respond? How to engage them in the conversation? So I use this time with the family, and particularly the boys, to show them how to chat someone up. What do you all get from these chat sessions?
I get how to be comfortable around strangers and how to what tactics you could use to get someone talking. Usually my dad uses how has your day been going, and if you're in Uber, are we your first ride? Like, no matter what time of day it is, are we your first ride? And then that gets them talking about their career, or really how long they've been working, and then you can ask them, do they do this full time? And then that could lead them, if they have another job, to their job. And then you talk about them as a person and their race, all that other stuff. And I think it's a perfect way to start a conversation with the Uber driver.
Gotcha. What are you taking away from these conversations, Theodore?
I think it shows that you can't just expect people to just start talking. I feel like you have to lead them, kind of, and then they'll start and then you can start a conversation.
Gotcha. Have you learned any questions that you can ask the Uber drivers, or just a person in general, a stranger?
If in a Uber setting?
Oh. Well, in any setting, like one of the things I want you all to take away is that everyone has something that they could share, and as you want to give the other person a good experience as well. And so, if you'll notice, like, I try to involve the driver in our vacation by letting them know that we are paying attention to their recommendations. Also, I try to challenge them a little bit in a playful way, right? To provide us with feedback about, okay, great, like, how do you experience Chicago? Like, where do you go to eat, right? Because we've had Uber drivers, just yesterday, we had somebody who recommended a restaurant, and then I asked them a great question that you all could use on somebody else, which is, okay, great, what menu item do you like the most? And then the guy said what?
A dish he's never tried.
Well, he said he's never been to the restaurant, right?
No. So what happened is, Dad asked what's the best thing to get on the menu. He said it, and then my dad asked, "Have you gone?" And he said no, which was hilarious.
And then what did I tell him? What did I say? I said, "Hey."
And then you can't. He said something along the lines of, "You can't be maybe giving false information."
Well, I said, "Hey, look, man, you can't be recommending some place you've never gone. I want to know where you eat, right? Where do you go on the weekends, or on a date night, or when you have somebody important in town?" The missus came up with a great question to ask people to help them focus, because a lot of people don't want to give you a recommendation because they don't want it to be wrong, right? They're trying to protect you They're trying to protect you from. They don't want to be responsible for your experience. So they'll just say, well, there's a ton of great restaurants. There's so many to choose from. I can't pick any.
All
right?
of them say that every single Uber driver.
Yes.
Start with that, and then eventually, if you break them down, then they'll get
Yes. And so the missus came up with a great follow-up, a great focusing question, which is you have 72 hours in Chicago and you only have time for one meal. Where would you go? I thought that was a beautiful question, and the missus came up with that herself, right? So good. So you all are picking up some tactics or strategies for starting conversations with strangers.
Yes, sir. I think this is a good way to teach us how to speak with people we don't know.
Excellent. Also, if you notice, I'll speak to anybody regardless of their accent or ability to understand them, right?
But so what is that? What would you say is your criteria for people who you talk to?
Okay, so what Theodore's talking about is that I didn't talk to, I guess, two people, right? I think because we've been catching a lot of Ubers, right? But two of the gentlemen I didn't talk to. One of the guys, he didn't have his window down. He had his window down, but he didn't have the window down in the rest of the car, and he didn't have the air conditioning on.
Wait, I feel like that guy, that just was a not good Uber, really.
Yeah,
but even though they got us to the destination, they had AirPods in, so that meant they obviously didn't want to talk.
Right? No, again, I don't think that the Uber driver has to talk to us. I just think that there has to be some level of service that they're providing, which is making sure that we are comfortable in the car on our way to our destination. And that particular Uber driver, he didn't have the window down on at least my side of the car to get some circulation in. So, and also his car seat was dirty. Now the car seat being dirty in the front by the Uber driver, because we're a family of 4 Ubering using Uber X. So we're the maximum number of people that you're supposed to be getting for this particular Uber.
Oh, I thought I was about to say there's XL, what you were doing there.
Yes. So I understand, and a lot of the people don't want to have someone in that passenger seat with them, right? And that could be for a number of reasons, right? Maybe they want some personal space. Maybe they that's their storage area where they keep a lot of their belongings and stuff like that. So that's understandable. All I want to do is make sure that we're comfortable. Some level of comfort is given to us, right? And then the second guy that I didn't communicate with, or I didn't really strike up a conversation with, was after the dumplings restaurant, right? And I think I was just probably in a bad mood because the previous Uber driver said that I wasn't able to sit in that passenger side seat. So I just maybe was in a off mood at that time. Because I could have chatted that guy up, because I'm a chat master.
You're chatty, boy.
Chatting is on
You're chat.
Yes, yeah. So that's not an issue at all. So that was the Uber drive from the Field Museum to the restaurant we went to, which was Portillo's. Portillo's.
Okay, I shall talk to you about Portillo's now.
Okay. Yeah, you haven't talked for a little while. So, okay, you want to tell us about Portillo's?
Portillo's. This is our first real Chicago dog, and it tastes exactly how you would think it is, and it is worth it to go and get yourself. Like if you're in Chicago, it is worth it to go grab Chicago dog. Kind of like with deep dish pizza, it's not like the best thing you've ever tasted. You'll never find anything as good as that here in DC or anything like that. But it's so different from the original. Like a normal hot dog is bun, the dog, lettuce, and not lettuce, sorry, ketchup, mustard. This is poppy seed bun, Vienna sausage, a dill pickle spear, 3 slices of tomato, a couple sport peppers, and neon green relish.
What type of peppers?
They're called sport peppers.
Sport peppers, okay. They're similar to
Pepperoncinis.
Pepperoncinis, yep. Mm-hmm.
They're like thin, a little bit spicier than pepperoncinis.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
A little spicier, a little sweeter.
I just like them. They taste like a pepperoncini. That's a bit more, I don't know. That funky flavor that pepperoncini has, more of that flavor with a spiciness.
Yeah, it's a
Yes,
little bit
it was
spicier.
It was a little spicier, yes.
And then funkier. Like,
I liked it. I liked it. I really liked it on the dog. Although Portillo's one thing I need to work on is the way they wrap the dog. The bun gets super soggy.
Okay,
It's
yes.
a little annoying to hold. And then the cake shake is exactly how you think.
Before we go to the cake shake, what did you think about the hot dog? Was it worth it?
how much did it cost?
What? That's all right.
$4.50.
Was it worth traveling
It's definitely-
all the way here from Northern Virginia to try the Chicago style hot dog? Was it worth it?
If you're driving to Chicago just to get it,
Sure.
no.
No? You can say it. Son.
It's a 6 out. I would not drive to 12 hours for something that's a 6 out of 10.
Okay, so you feel like it's a 6 out of 10 hot dog?
It's a 6 out of 10. 8 out of 10. 6 out of 10.
I say it could be a 9 out of 10 if executed properly. Like if the bun was better, the toppings it tasted really good. It tasted like a really good hot dog. Some days I would say I would 50-50 split it with a chili dog. Like one day I might want a chili dog, next day I might want a Chicago dog.
Gotcha.
I really like Chicago dogs.
I don't
I
think.
like pickles and
I don't think
tomatoes.
that. I don't think that what we had today could ever be compared to the homemade chili dog. That dog is a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10.
Chili dogs are good, but I mean that's a little overrated. A 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 for a chili dog? I don't know about that. That's
Homemade chili dogs are so.
Wait.
If
The
that's
chili
it,
we
if-
have is not. It's from a can.
Yeah,
If you're talking about like straight like homemade chili on a hot dog, with like a homemade bun, obviously it's gonna be.
Wait, no, I mean.
I'm talking about what we have when we have chili dogs, which is store-bought bun, store-bought meat, beans in a can, which is fine.
Okay,
but
cool.
I like Chicago dogs sometimes a little
Okay,
bit.
so you like your
That
thing.
Chicago dog.
You like-
Although if we made a Chicago dog at home, it would probably be equal to a chili dog.
You
at
like
home.
your thing. I like my thing.
Yeah,
It shouldn't be an argument.
Yeah,
shouldn't be
it
an
doesn't have to be an argument. It's just a preference, right? In my opinion, the hot dog was a different flavor than I'm used to because of all of the fixings on it.
Yeah.
It's a full. I would say it's a full sandwich, right? It's a full. You get the jumbo dog. You don't need much else, and some fries, and then you're good to go.
The fries are. So,
Wait. Let's talk.
fries
I would also say it's a Vienna, whatever that means, wiener, right? And that is, it's a different taste. It's a different taste. It's not like your bratwurst or like a Nathan's. It's a different taste. It was still delicious. I was surprised that I liked it so much.
I as well. I was so when you ate the sports peppers, I was
Yes.
like, "What?"
Well, I
That
knew
turns
that they
into
weren't
this
spicy.
wild. They weren't really.
Right.
It's like a not like sweat on peppercorns. So that's like a numbing feeling, but it's more like a like less than hot sauce, like between a jalapeno and a bell pepper. Like technically spicy, but not really like like a bad jalapeno.
But not I. So So what was your scale? You said jalapeno, and
It's like underneath the jalapeno, but above the bell pepper.
I think it's just right below in Scoville units of a jalapeno.
Yeah, that's more accurate. Like 80.
Because I don't think a bell pepper, putting bell pepper makes it seem like it's mild. It's not mild. As soon as I put it in my mouth, I thought it was kind of spicy for a hot dog. Because I expect, when I'm having a hot dog, I don't want spice. I want spices, kind of, but I don't want a spicy hot dog. I don't think that's like putting hot sauce on a hot dog. I think it needs chili, cheese, relish, and then tomato maybe, and wiener and bun. And I think that's the best way to have a hot dog, and there's no debate. With the sesame seed bun, definitely.
But Theodore, the only thing I have to say about that is saying it doesn't need spice. Nothing needs spice, but it's a nice add-on. I don't think the dog would have been as good if it didn't have the sports peppers. Because there's only 2 super small sports peppers, so on like half of the bites, you get a little bit of tangy kick to it, which I think tastes good. I think it's a really nice addition. And now, next we can talk about their infamous cake shake.
Wait, no. Before we go to the cake shake, let's talk about the fries. The fries were trash.
Oh, absolute garbage.
Hot garbage.
Bog water.
The fries are garbage. Actually, I'm actually surprised that the fries are so bad, since this place serves so many fries. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's weird?
Jumbo size is the size. I'm not kidding. The jumbo fries kind of seem like the size of a small McDonald's fries.
I wouldn't say.
I don't know.
Medium?
I would say it was a medium.
Because it says jumbo, I expect it to. So there's a large
It
at
didn't say jumbo,
McDonald's.
it just said large. You're talking about the dog.
Yeah, I
the
think
dog
that was
was
the
jumbo.
Oh wow! So
Dog was
the
jumbo.
dog is jumbo,
Yes.
and it's smaller than the hot dogs we normally have from Costco. It's way smaller.
Yes. Yes. If you that was another thing too I noticed, is that they called it a jumbo dog. So in my mind, I was thinking jumbo. Okay, great. Costco hot dogs are huge, and that must be like a jumbo. But this is really like I would say just like a regular size.
It's like a medium. Not. It's like small. This is medium. That I don't know how you call it jumbo.
I'm scared to see what their normal dog looks like. If we got the jumbo, what
Yes.
is their normal dog like a breakfast sausage link?
Right.
Because if that's jumbo, that doesn't make any sense at all.
I don't know. I mean, it's interesting what they called jumbo because the large fry
Also,
wasn't that big, but then the large shake was huge.
It was an
wasn't even-
entire
it-
big
it-
gulp.
it
was
wasn't-
huge.
also the cake shake. Cake shake. Oh my gosh, it's a 6 out of 10.
It's mid.
And
It's mid.
it tastes.
That's it.
It's a 5 out of 10 on Sunday. It's 5 out of 10. It's all right. And I'd say it tastes like if you cut up some cupcake, you ordered a McDonald's shake, it lowers a shake. I think it'd be better.
I would.
without
Yeah,
the
I would
cake
rather
shake.
have a vanilla shake.
Also, the straws they
chocolate.
use, horrendous.
Oh,
Terrible.
I would rather them just give me a bowl with no spoon and have me lick it up.
Like-
Why would you give me
So-
a straw I would use to sip some Coca-Cola?
No, it's
You
thinner
need a-
than that.
you need a-
Thinner.
It's actually thinner. Oh my gosh.
It's
It's like a coffee stirring straw. It's so thin for no reason. You should get one of those big straws so you can slurp those thick smoothies. Because then you can really get in it because it's super thick. Also, it tastes just like how it says. They say cake shake.
It's a cake.
So you think, oh man, it's like a cake flavored shake?
I wish.
Even though they just dump a piece of chocolate cake into the shake, which the cake is kind of mid.
The cake is bad. Terrible.
It tastes exactly how it sounds, so it's not really that cool. It's like, I guess there's cake.
How is their cake
But
shake
also,
a
you
signature?
can't eat the entire thing because then you know in your head, I just ate an entire large chocolate shake with a slice of cake at the same time. Now I feel horrible. Also, I don't know if this is for everywhere, but at the bottom of my bottom of my cup, which I didn't even get to, I had like a third of it and then I was full. Because the large is gargantuan. They should call that the jumbo. Yes. Instead of a large, that's a jumbo. Right. There were chunks. It's not even like little like dime or quarter size pieces. It's like they took the cake, mashed it, threw it in, so whipped it with a little whisk, and then put it out. Like beating an egg, but it's not really that beaten. Like the chunks were like the size of like half of my palm.
I think yours were just made
Big.
I think
Mine
yours
wasn't
would have made
blended
proof.
enough at all.
Yeah, because mine and Dad's, I don't know about Dad's, I know about mine. Mine tasted like it wasn't even, it was smaller than a bite of cake. So I think they did a good job mixing it. I feel like maybe for Abraham, maybe they need to use a stand mixer.
I think they need to
definitely
really
do.
just like run through it with the thin spoon that they give. No, you have to get your own spoon. But they should run through with like a stick or something. Like there's no chunks in here. Cool, I'm good. Do not order the large. If you're ordering anything else, if you're coming in there just grabbing a shake and going, maybe a large is fine. But if you're getting a hot dog and fries, don't order the large. You won't finish it.
Right,
It's
yeah.
a waste of money. Just
Yeah.
grab a small.
I'd also say like Abraham mentioned, I think that large was just
Too much. And
It was.
Oh my god!
I mean,
It's not even.
There's a reason why Americans are
diabetic.
Yes, because that was
that
thing
wild.
was so long. I didn't imagine that it was going to be that big. Like when
It was literally the same size as Mom ordered a large Coca-Cola.
Yes.
It was the same size.
Yeah.
That doesn't even. You could put water in that thing.
Right.
It's actually so much for no reason.
Yeah. Now I will say, Portillo's is more known for their hot dogs and that cake shake thing. The hot dog was, I think that it's worth, if you're going into town, it's worth
Stopping
by, grabbing it. You're going to be pleased.
Also, it's so cheap. $4.50.
What if you're
for a
going?
Jello dog?
What if?
For-
So, Dad,
you know.
one of your things. I'm gonna talk after this, I think, but as well. But one of your things was you said that. I don't know if you said this, but you asked me if I was driving 12 hours from Virginia to Chicago just to get the Chicago dog. You said, "Is it worth it?" Dad, do you think it's worth it? Because I said no.
No, I don't think it's
not
worth
at
it.
all, no.
I'm not. What I'm saying is that if you're coming into Chicago
For a vacation,
Def-
definitely.
for a vacation, or even if you're coming in town for business, or coming in town to see some family members, I think it makes sense to just go and have the experience. Now that we've gone, we could say this hot dog is a hot dog.
It for sure.
It's
I
not-
will.
it's-
I will order this now. Like now, I know what a real Chicago dog tastes like in Chicago. And now, if people ask me what do I think of Chicago dogs, I can be like, I went to Chicago, got a Chicago dog. They're good. I genuinely really liked it. I've been on the fritz. I made my own Chicago dog one time at home, and it was meh, but this was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, this was pretty
So
good.
wait, Dad. So
Like 8 out of 10.
if you could use one word to, and then, so if you could use one word as my first question, and then two words, how would, in one word, what would you describe this hot dog in one word? Tasting.
One word to describe the hot dog.
What? You just use one?
If I had to use one word, I would say average.
Average? Adequate, maybe?
I'm thinking of a word better than that, like just not like amazing,
yes, okay.
just like a little bit better than that. And I'm thinking hard, and I can't find something like, cause I can't say pretty
Slightly
good,
above average. Yeah.
slightly above average. I'm
Wait,
gonna
that's
use
not
three
one
words.
word.
Yes.
Better than good.
I'd say it's I don't know, cause it's worth it. It's worth it for the experience, and I definitely go back just to get it. But I'd also say you have to go back and try that what's it called? What is it called? Chili dog. Cause
What chili dog?
yeah. They have
Oh, they have a chili
so
dog. It
they have a
looks pretty
chili
good.
dog.
Looks pretty good.
and
Looks pretty good.
Because it seems like I like chili dogs more than Chicago dogs.
You
Because I do think that's the only way to have a hot dog. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
Whoa,
it's
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Wait, I don't. I think that's my preference.
it's
Yeah,
my
you can have a
preference.
I can have other forms of.
It's not the
hot dogs.
only.
can't say-
But I think it's the only
yeah.
good one.
That in your
for you. Yes.
It's
you.
that I have to.
You gotta say for me. You can't say this is the only that's like
Wait, and you know
that's
that's
like
my
saying
opinion.
Honda's the only car brand.
Wait, that's
For
not
me.
what it. That's not what it says.
No, he's like saying this is my preference.
I mean, he never said mine. He just said this is the only one.
Wait, you just context clues.
Okay, all right.
It doesn't matter.
So I'd say.
What? This is 48 minutes.
I looked over and I saw 45.
Come on
And I was
now.
like, this is true. This is true. We did not start. And then now I realized we did start.
So I'd say you gotta go for their chili dog so you can see is their chili dog better than their Chicago style dog. So
I think they're gonna say yes because he loves chili
I think I'm
dogs,
gonna
so.
say yes, but also, so if I'm describing this hot dog, the wieners, all right, the buns, all right. The worst thing, which might have made it an 8 for me, if so when you open the dog, because they're not very careful, it's your dog is upside down. But your wiener, which I'm so glad about, your wiener doesn't fall out, your pickles fall out, some of your tomatoes fall out, some of your peppers may fall out, and then you have to put it back and then your pickles and tomatoes are like on top of the bun. So then you get like 2 pickles in one bite, and then it's too sour because it's like because you can't put it in like when the bun's straight open. Because then you have to put all the sauces back.
I saw Theodore, the way Theodore opened, yours was just open, was just made on mine.
Yeah.
It was just on its side. It was fine. When you, the pickle is always going to be like on top. You can't put it next to the thing. You just have to, instead of grabbing it like this, kind of grip the pickle with your finger and go in, or just be a little more delicate. Cause I saw you, and you're like 3/4 of the pickle just fell off, and you ate it afterwards.
Yeah, no,
you have to be delicate with it.
So my pickles and my peppers came off. I don't really like pickles at all.
Pickles are amazing.
I also don't really like peppers on my hot dog, which I just found out today, and now I won't have peppers on my hot dog. But what's it called? I think it tasted good with the pickle, actually, and I may have to start trying a chili dog with pickle. But the reason I kind of dislike pickles on my hot dogs is the pickles we normally get at the house are too sour for me. But I don't think a sweet pickle would be terrible on a chili dog.
Oh,
so
no,
you'd have to find what pickle is right for a hot dog, because I don't think the pickles we normally get, I think they're too sour and citrus for a good hot dog. So.
Excellent. Well, I think that this is a great place to end, because these two chatterbugs just.
For like oranges
Yes, so I think this is a great place to end. These kids can talk about food all day long. Thank you all for watching. So tomorrow we're going. Let's get out the itinerary for tomorrow's.
Somebody left just now.
Somebody left.
No, there's 0 for like 10.
Oh no! I for the last 2 minutes there was a guy there.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm about to.
It's fine, son. We don't do these videos for other people.
Also, a thing for Chicago.
Oh, you know what? Tomorrow is.
There will be so many Porsches. If you're from the suburbs, like we are, we rarely see Porsches, but we saw a Rolls Royce today, like a blacked out Rolls Royce. It was awesome. I saw more Porsches than I did BMWs. I saw 6 BMWs, which I'm like, oh, if I was in the suburbs, I'm like, whoa, why are there so many BMWs? Also, I've seen 3 G-Wagons. I thought I was like the first, the second, or third G-Wagon I've ever seen in my entire life, like 2 weeks ago, down the street from my house. I was like, oh my god, a G-Wagon. But now when I see a G-Wagon, I'm like, oh, pretty cool, a G-Wagon. There are so many nice cars. We were walking past RPM Steak Seafood, and there was this new, I don't know if it was new, but it was really well kept Porsche sports car, and it looked awesome. There's so many cool cars everywhere. When we were exiting the museum, there's a blacked out new Cadillac. There's so many cool cars everywhere. I saw more Porsches. Well, really, no, I've noticed more Porsches than I did like Hondas. So probably more Hondas, but like still, I noticed.
Yes.
But still, 10 Porsches in a day. That was just from our walk.
Oh, sorry.
That was just from our walk. That was just from our walk from Portillo's to our house. It was 8 minutes. In 8 minutes, I saw 10 Porsches.
Can I talk about
Excellent. Now,
can I say one more?
You can say one more.
It may be more than one thing. So we're walking. We finish our Portillo. Instead of going straight to the hotel, which probably would have taken 5 minutes, Dad just said that we want to walk around. So we walk around. This probably been 5 minutes. And then we enter a place. So I don't understand what happened. But the sidewalks were broken. The sidewalks were broken to begin with. The sidewalk, like for 1 second, the sidewalk was like in half. And it was slanted to the side. So I was like walking at an angle. And then like everybody was dressed differently. Like, it's like we went into the hood.
Yeah. Wait. But the environment changed from the street that we were on that had like outdoor eating and yes. But Chicago is a major city, son.
But we're not used to that.
I know you're not used to that. I'm just telling you that major cities have these sections of it that are different, and it becomes different immediately.
Can you say
Although
the
the
alley
weird-
fact? Can you say the alley fact?
Although, I want to say something. The weird thing is,
Oh,
the street was lined. Even that
I don't think
weird
that
looking
would-
street was lined with Teslas. There were 3 Teslas back to back to back, which is really weird. Even though it was like a,
I don't know, it's really weird, son. I think that.
it was like the sidewalk and the buildings and the people changed, but the cars didn't. Like the same.
Yes,
nice car there.
yes, that makes sense. Excellent. So this is a great place to end again.
The alley thing.
The alley thing. Okay,
Alley
yes,
thing.
just that Chicago is the largest collection of alleys in the country. That's all.
And also,
What?
that said that now new developments in Virginia are implementing more alleys into their building.
Yes, there are. There are more alleys being developed where the front of the properties look one way, or they are accessed by the main street, and then you go to the back of the property to go into your garage. All right.
This has nothing to do with Chicago. But I think today I did a great job using larger words.
You think so? Oh, you talking about on the video?
I think I used a good amount of larger words.
Excellent. That's good to hear. So, thank you all so much for watching.
Thank you.
We're going to try to make these shorter in the future. This was,
Are you serious?
son, this was 55 minutes to talk about 3 stops.
3 stops.
Son, yes, son. I mean, nobody should watch this, but this isn't for our people.
Yeah, this is for us in the future. We can watch it, be like, oh, I wonder what we did on the 3rd day of Chicago. Oh, look at Theodore, he was so young. Look at Abraham. Oh,
Yes, that's true. That is true. That is true.
look at
Excellent.
Theodore. I took so many photos of him. Yeah, I remember that.
Well-
The museum.
Wait,
One thing, because I will phrase
Wait.
this tomorrow quickly. The museum, the exit museum on a sunny day right by Soldier Field is a great place for photos. The stairway specifically is a great place to take some really good photos. On a
Perfect.
sunny day. With the skyline in the back.
With the glasses.
With his blue glasses, he looks.
All right. Thank you so much.
Chef's kiss.
We will see you on the next video.
Peace.
Peace. Peace. Peace.
Peace, 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 peace.